Welcome back to another episode of SFDCM podcast. Today we're thrilled to chat with the founder of Unicleaners, a cleaning business that's not only cleaning homes but also building a successful brand. We'll dive into this journey, the challenges he's faced and the lessons he's learned along the way. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or just looking for some inspiration, this interview is packed with valuable insights. Let's get started, my bro.
First of all, how are you?
I'm good, man. Not bad, man.
So
yeah, enjoying the weather.
Yeah. UK's getting better now.
Yeah, it's getting better, man.
Yeah.
So tell us, man, like, how did the idea of Unicleaners come about?
Well, I was in my first year of university, 18 years of age. I think I was doing civil engineering at the time. So nothing even related to cleaning. And obviously I was living in dorms like most people. And, I realized that these students, or we as students, are quite dirty. And yeah, that's how it started. So obviously we started off with two packages. First, the kitchen cleaning and then the bedroom cleaning, which at the time were actually £15. You could get your kitchen clean for £15.
How long did that take you? Like, how long would it take to obviously it depends, right?
So obviously it depends on, the severity of the kitchen. But it would take roughly about hour and a half, 2 hours. But then what the thing is, I was breaking even, because what my idea was is obviously to sort of maximize revenue, get as many people knowing, actually buying the service, and then, as time's gone on, just slowly increase.
Let's take it back more to the beginning. I want to know the in-depth. What made you what made you want to get into a cleaning business? Because look at the industry and how everything is. Yeah, a lot of people, they get into different types of businesses, but what made you get into cleaning? Like, what made you think that this is the business I want to get into?
I think it was a fact of nobody else was doing it.
Yeah.
In terms of, obviously I know straight from the Curb is a clothing brand, but you see, and I rate all the clothing brands. A lot of people are starting clothing brands. A lot of people are trading. A lot of people are doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But, I call that all sort of, sexy money, but like, stuff that people don't really look at, cleaning, serving food sometimes and stuff like that. These are the more quiet businesses that we all need, but we just don't know it. So that's what sort of made me want to do it, because no one was really paying attention.
Yeah.
No one was paying attention.
So you basically sold a market that's an essential, because business, that's what it's about. It's solving a problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you basically found a problem and then you solved it.
Yeah, and it's a problem that most people don't want to do as well. Obviously, people don't like to clean, majority of us don't like to clean. Or we'd rather have somebody else do it. So, that's why I went into it.
So as you say, as you started, like what kind of got you off the ground from that point when you started the brand?
Well, to take it back a little bit, obviously I was that kid in the playground, selling sweets and doing all sorts, when I was 16, prior to starting Unicleaners, I had a little personal training business, a bit of websites and, so I failed a lot. So then I knew that, I didn't start this knowing that it was going to take off, but I knew that I just had to move quickly. So going back to your question in terms of how it actually started is, I literally just had one cleaner, because I had a girl that, some people find cleaning satisfying. So obviously I had one cleaner that she says she likes to clean anyways, in her own house. She said she wouldn't mind working. Obviously I got all the sprays and, a little trolley that, like the grandmas have. And she had that. And essentially, I just put it on my Snapchat story. I put it on my Snapchat story and, literally the first day we had a sale. And then it was off from there. Yeah.
So that success was like, you know what? I need to put more time into this.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, when I knew that I'd hit the mark, my first TikTok that I've ever made. Now, I'd never make TikToks or anything like that. And, one day I was in bed, I was like, let me just make a TikTok of one of the transformations that we've done.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, that was the first TikTok I've ever made in my whole entire life. And I did it in 5 minutes in my bed before I went to sleep one night. And, that ended up getting over 100k views the following day.
The following
day. So that's how I knew I'd got something. And that's when I just took it and ran.
You think that was luck, or do you think that it's because of the way you made a video? Because sometimes TikTok pushes certain videos.
I understood that people's attention span are so short nowadays. I understood that, but I was also moved very quickly. I wasn't afraid of it failing. I'm never afraid of failure. I just go, because by the time I'm wondering if I'm going to fail or not, I may as well have just done it. You know, what if it is successful? And, you know, it was successful.
What would you say on the startup? What was your biggest challenge when you were starting out? Like, did you have a lot of doubt or anything like that?
I think I never had doubt. I was in a moment in my life where I was like, I can just work. This is now the time to take risks. I'm 18, you know, I'd like to think that I've got a bit of an older mind or a bit of an older soul. So I knew that, you know, this is a time before I've got kids, before I've got a mortgage, before I've got an actual job, that I can really try and execute something. So in terms of, you know, doubt, never had any doubt.
Yeah.
Because as I said, you know, I was just like, we're going to fail and fail and fail until this actually works, sort of thing.
Me starting out my brand, I kind of faced it, you know, like first you think to yourself, is it going to work? Or this doesn't feel real. I don't know. Maybe no one's taking it in. But then when you cross over that point and you start seeing things working, because with me, it's more like you see it. You see people ruin your clothes and you see your friends ringing you. It's like, yo, bro, I was at the train station and I saw someone wearing the SFDC tracksuit. I was like, sit down. I'm like, I don't even remember who it is. Like a lot of that kind of stuff. That's what pushed me. But before that, I didn't actually always believed in the brand. But I was like, whatever, I put it second. But now, as the kickstart came through, I'm thinking, you know what, I can work with this, you know.
And I understand what you're saying, because I think, you know, tell a lie, it's more so the doubt came later on as things got bigger. But that, like, we went so long before things really took off. Like, it was more so a passion project.
Yeah.
It really was a passion project. And then that's why I never had any doubt, because, and again, going back to that thing, it's a cleaning business. People aren't really looking at it. People are thinking, yeah, he's doing his thing, he's getting an odd sale. But, you know, it wasn't until we started getting big contracts, that's when the doubt maybe started to creep in a little bit.
So how come you got doubt when you got bigger contracts? Is it because it was harder, or was it more?
It was going into the unknown. Now, when I say going into the unknown, it was like the severity of things went a bit higher in terms of, you know, the risks I was taking, in terms of even financial risk, because obviously when I was getting these bigger contracts, I had to get loans, because obviously to actually pay for everyone's wages, because I knew what the end profit would be. Obviously, before you actually get paid from whatever client it is, you know, you have to have people's wages ready, you have to buy all the equipment. Do you know what I mean? That side of things.
That's the thing with the commercial industries. They give you up to a month to pay the invoices, and they don't pay you weekly. So
well, you say a month, it could be 30 to 60 days. You know, and that's just business, and that's why you've got to have that cash flow already. You know, I always say cash is king, and you know, it is literally, because you need money to run a business, so you have to plan, and execute.
Have you been in a situation where you've had a job and you couldn't pay your staff?
Listen, there's been a lot of close calls, and when I say close calls, I mean razor sharp close calls. And like to the point you're thinking, how did we even get out of that? But I feel like I've always made it my mission, because obviously, you know, as a business owner, I think a lot of people have this misconception that we're here to be, you know, a boss of, you know, bossing people around. But at the end of the day, we're here to provide opportunities for staff members. And, you know, a lot of these guys and, you know, a lot of my staff, they work really hard. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I'll make it my mission to take care of them and make sure that they're always paid on time. Because obviously they've got their own responsibilities and their own financial commitment.